year for me, so
Oh
I
yeah.
haven't held back. So let's get straight into it. All right, guys. So market update. What has been happening on OpenSea? We have a look over here. Yesterday we had 10 million traded, the day before 12.5 million, which is actually the highest. So 2 days ago was 12.5 million. That's the highest since the 2nd of November. Guess you got to celebrate the small victories, but there definitely has been some volume. We've seen Pudgy Penguins really pump, and then we've had a few interesting new drops, some of which we're going to talk about. Another thing I found quite interesting is the number of monthly active users so far this month. So we're 9 days into December, and we've already had 124,000 active traders. Not saying that that's massive, but I have heard people saying that there's only 5,000 active traders. On OpenSea alone, there's been 125,000 this month so far. So there's that narrative of 5,000 traders is not correct. If we have a look at all the marketplaces, you can see yesterday's volume, 7 million plus minus on OpenSea. Nice thing about DAP Radar, they're now including Blur. So plus minus 3 million on Blur yesterday. Magic Eden 2.5 million, X2Y2 1.5 million, and then the smaller ones about 500,000 here for LooksRare Immutable X. If you add that all together, you get about 13 or 14 million, which is not too bad. But if this was 2 days ago, we did about 22 million 2 days ago. So I don't know. Maybe this is the beginning of the bottom and turnaround. We'll have to wait and see, but definitely quite interesting. If we have a look here at the stock exchange today, if we have a look, we're pretty flat. I mean, it looks like the Nasdaq's down a bit because tech looks a bit down, but we're pretty flat. Week on week since last Friday, we're pretty much where we were last Friday, with all the changes that we saw. If we have a look at the Bitcoin Ethereum charts, again, week on week, we are completely flat. I mean, Bitcoin was about 17.1 last Friday. Ethereum, I think, was 1,260, and we're now 1,267. So from last Friday to this Friday, we are sitting completely flat. If we have a look at what's trending, have a look here. The top trending in the last 24 hours, according to Flips Finance, which doesn't have everything here, so we can also look on OpenSea, is CloneX, sitting at 6.9. Again, there was huge FUD. The floor dropped all the way to the early sixes and now seems to be slightly picking up. We've got Valhalla, who's sitting at 0.47. I think they had their reveal today, if I'm not mistaken. That's probably why we're seeing that volume. We've got Bored Apes, Other Deeds, and Mutants at number 3, 4, and 5. Bored Ape Yacht Club, 67 ETH floor. Other Deeds, 1.25, holding very stable with that 1.2 floor. We got Mutants at 14.3, also holding pretty stable. We've got Fluff sitting at number 6, a name I haven't seen for a while. You remember those bunnies that jive to the music?
Bro, they've actually hold on. What's their floor? Yeah, they've always had a really strong floor, and I've never really understood why. Because I don't really hear about them or see them anywhere. They just like have a really strong floor.
So that, I don't think any project ever just has a strong floor. They must be doing a lot of the right stuff. But like I have a guy that's a friend of mine in the space, and he messaged me, I think about 3 or 4 months ago, and he said, "Look, what do I think? This is what he wants to purchase, maybe 2 or 3 NFTs." And one of them was Fluff. And I asked him why Fluff, and bro, he sent me a whole thing, like in his own words. Well, they're doing this and that and that, and they were doing a lot. So I don't know what all of that is. But I do know that to be able to maintain this sort of floor in this market, they must be doing a lot, and they must have a very hardcore support in their community.
Yeah, I think it's all very in-house. Like when I did a review on them,